Welcome to Ivanoff Retirement Insights with Paul and Travis Ivanoff. The father and son team at Ivanoff Advisors and Ivanoff Wealth Management helps clients grow and protect their wealth. Paul and Travis understand the importance of having tax-advantaged, reliable income in retirement, protecting your assets, and helping you achieve your retirement dreams. Now, Ivanoff Retirement Insights.
Welcome in, and thanks for joining us today for Ivanoff Retirement Insights with Travis Ivanoff and Paul Ivanoff. If you have questions about retirement, you're not alone, and Travis and Paul are here to help you get the answers you need. Paul, how are you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing fine, Allie.
Travis, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. Just recovering from a weekend-long trip at Disneyland for my daughter's 7th birthday.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, a lot of walking, but...
Yeah, you called in the troops. Me and my wife went as well to help out.
Oh, that's amazing. How many people in total were there traveling around Disneyland?
Like, with my family or in general? Oh,
well, no, your family.
It's like, that is a big question. I'm like, a lot. There was, let's see, my 3 kids and my parents. So, yeah, there were 7 of us, which is a good amount because you're still able to get reservations and kind of make it through lines. And I'm glad my parents were there. It would have been impossible for my wife and I without them because I have a, almost 2-year-old, and she can't really go on a lot of rides, and then some want to go on one ride, others don't. So it was fun, though. We had a good time.
Yeah, then the restroom runs and the stops and all that. The food runs. I'm hungry. I'm not. So it worked out well.
Paul, were you making sure everyone got Disney Mickey ears?
No, that wasn't up to me. No, that was the mother, the mom. Disney was good at all that.
Okay.
We did all get ears, though, and I almost bought a Goofy hat, but it didn't really quite fit my head, or else I would have. It was pretty cool.
Sounds like an action-packed weekend. Well, thank you for being here today, and I'm amazed at the energy you both have after a weekend at Disney. Make sure to get more information today on the team at ivanoffinsights.com. If you want to reach out, ask some questions, you have that option. But guys, it feels like the big question we need to iron out when it comes to retirement is figuring out that income plan. And with that in mind, that's why annuities have become so popular. The demand has been pretty significant over the last few years since we've been seeing higher interest rates. Now, that is good news for those that bought annuities before 2021. They are keeping up with inflation, but for those who bought a fixed annuity at a lower rate, and they're not really reaping the benefits, is there a way, Paul, that they can trade their annuity in for a new one?
All right. Well, what we're finding out, Allie, is that a lot of our clients are retirees and those soon to retire. And one of their large concerns is that they don't want to run out of money before they run out of life. So their intentions are good as far as wanting to be conservative since they don't want to lose. But we have to include inflation in there as well. So we've got to at least have annuities that cover inflation and pay a decent interest rate to offset, to at least put them in a better position. And again, the purpose of money dictates where we put it. And we have here with our firm, we have everything we need to put the client in the right product. It's not like we have 1 or 2 annuities and you got to get this one or that one. No, there's a lot of pieces of the puzzle, and we have to make sure that we put the client in the right product. And that's where Travis and the team really go to work.
Yeah, it has to be a good match. Travis, let me ask you, because sometimes people refer to annuities as the A word because they kind of have a bad rap. Why do you think that is, and which ones are they talking about with that?
Well, I think any annuity can be bad for any client, really, if it's used incorrectly. So, not all annuities are created equal, and some might be really good for one client and not for others, right? But I think a lot of people associate the A word with annuities. They might be talking about variable annuities, which tend to have higher fees and still have the market ups and downs. They might talk about some of these larger bonus annuities that just aren't explained correctly to the client, where, you might see a 30% bonus or 25% bonus, and the client thinks that that's something they can walk away with in, year 10 or so. But that's not the case. Usually those are designed for death benefit or income. So at Ivanoff Advisors, what we're really looking to do is making sure we pick the right annuity for you, and getting back to, part of the original question, what we're finding is, we do a lot of educational events and seminar events, and I have clients coming in that, or, attend the seminar and go, oh, I don't know if I should sit down with you. I have this older annuity from 5-6 years ago. I don't think there's anything I can do with it. And what we talked about earlier is just the interest rates. When the interest rates are as high as they are, that means annuities have gotten a lot better. So what we've been doing is just refinancing old annuities. Just like if you're in a 30-year mortgage and, if you were to purchase a home right now at 6% and rates drop to 3%, you're probably going to consider refinancing that loan. Well, in the annuities, same kind of thing. We might look at the current annuity you have and go, hey, the income's paying $15,000 a year for the rest of your life. We could refinance this annuity. There might be a surrender charge involved, but your income's going to jump from, $15,000 a year to $25,000 a year, which is a lot of money. And we're often seeing that every single week. So I think that even if you've had an annuity purchased the last couple of years, it's worth taking a look at and seeing if the income could be higher for you the rest of your life. At the end of the day, if you're purchasing an annuity and you're using it and you're planning as guaranteed income for life, which our clients like that, they want to make sure they have a base salary and income is the outcome that matters. We should see, hey, if you can get more money and it makes sense and we go through the pros and cons, maybe you should consider doing that. So, not every annuity is right, but oftentimes they are a big tool for our clients because they want to be able to sleep at night. The market's been volatile as of late and, the markets go up. No one wants an annuity that, hey, I can do better on my own. Mm-hmm. And the markets go down. All of a sudden, they wish they had more money in those annuities. And I have countless clients that, I don't know if I really want to, lock up some money and put it in for guaranteed income. But when that market volatility starts to happen, my phone starts ringing and like, hey, I'm so happy I did that. Can I get some more annuities? And, I need to look at the liquidity and make sure it makes sense for their portfolio. But, the market's up. People have a FOMO, as they say, fear of missing out on the game. Market's down. They wish they weren't participating in it. So the key is making sure it fits in your overall portfolio design. Not all of your money should be in one basket. Obviously, it shouldn't be all in annuities. And we really don't believe it should be all in the market either. We need to make sure that based off your risk score that we do in office, that it fits your overall portfolio. And if you have some older annuities out there, chances are you might be able to do a little better on them. So we should revisit them. And like I tell my clients, we're going to do apples to apples and see if we can make you some more money in income or, maybe get a better rate that you can earn in the annuity. That's something that you should consider.
I know someone hearing this podcast today, listening to you, Travis and Paul, talk about annuities, the guaranteed income, how people are happier when the stock market is volatile being in them. They're going to jump on Google and try to figure out this tool themselves. What would be your message to someone that is about to fire up the keyboard and Google annuities and try to figure out which one works for them?
Well, what I would suggest is that they just don't jump at the first thing they see when they go on the internet, because you can hear good and bad about everything. By getting with a reputable financial advisor, we've been doing this for decades. I've done this now actually 43 years, Travis quite a bit over 15. And we have zero regulatory complaints, and I think it's really important that clients get with us to get that second opinion. You can't get the second opinion from the person who gave you the first, so come and visit with us.
Yeah, like Paul was saying, you could find the good, the bad, the ugly, but that's where we come in, right? We're going to show you the myths that you've heard about the annuity world, and we're going to show you why it could be a good fit or why it might not. At the end of the day, when you retire, you need to figure out what the purpose is of those dollars. And people are going from getting a salary, getting paid every 2 weeks, to having to count on their portfolio. The real question you need to ask yourself is, how much of that income do you want steady? Do you want another paycheck every 2 weeks to go along with your Social Security? Do you not want to worry about the market's ups and downs and, hey, do I have enough money? Am I going to run out? So that's where a good income annuity comes into play. It gives you that same stability you had while working, that same guaranteed kind of paycheck. And that way, when your friends are going on the cruises, when you guys are planning your next vacation, you're not looking at the market every day and making decisions based off losses in your portfolio or gains in your portfolio. You need to make sure you have a steady income stream that's going to get you through retirement, so you're not constantly worrying about the ups and downs, and maybe just putting off all the things you said you were going to do because you don't have that guaranteed income stream. So we like annuities for that purpose, and I also like using them sometimes as a bond alternative where, look, we know bonds are meant to be safe, and that's why a lot of people run to them in their portfolios, but as we saw in 2022, bonds can also be very volatile. So if you're looking for something that's going to give you more safety and downside protection, then annuity is probably a good place to look. We can use it rather than a bond. We could use it for income planning. There's so many tools that annuities can be used for, or so many purposes annuities can be used for. It's just really sitting down, getting that second opinion, and dispelling the myths that you hear about them. They're not all great, they're not all bad, and not every annuity is for everyone. But when you have an actual retirement planner, and that's what we do all day, we can show you how they would fit in your portfolio, give you some more income that you can count on, and really just seamlessly move into retirement and continue to have the salary you've always had while working.
Well, and you can get in for an annuity review if you have been feeling that FOMO that Paul and Travis were talking about, that fear of missing out. They can go through this with you and see what might work better for you. Grab a complimentary Ivanoff Retirement Roadmap to get some more information on that. You want to head to ivanoffinsights.com and you can start to see where your numbers stack up. That's what today could lead to. If you get more information on that complimentary Ivanoff Retirement Roadmap, you can switch chairs with me and ask Travis and Paul all your questions about retirement. And of course, thanks for checking out this episode of Ivanoff Retirement Insights. Travis and Paul have more to share. It can be complicated. Retirement is overwhelming in general, but they are going to make sure you have the information you need as you move towards it. Make sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss an episode. Have a great day.
Investment advisory services offered through Ivanoff Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor firm. Registration is not an endorsement by security regulators. By contacting us, you may be provided with information about insurance products, including annuities offered through Travis Ivanoff, California CRD number 325275. The firms are separate entities. Annuity guarantees rely on the financial strength and claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company and are not offered by Ivanoff Wealth Management Incorporated. Read your contract for restrictions, limitations, or penalties. Ivanoff Wealth Management is not licensed in all 50 states. To find out if Ivanoff Wealth Management is licensed in your state, please call 714-553-1490. Ivanoff Advisors is not affiliated with Ivanoff Wealth Management Incorporated. Advisory services are offered by Travis Ivanoff through Ivanoff Wealth Management. Insurance services are offered by Paul Ivanoff through Ivanoff Advisors. The aforementioned are unaffiliated companies.